This is it, baby. You soaked up all this free game on this channel. All you got left to do is wrap up the check ride. And here are 5 secrets to help you pass any check ride. Let's finish on this note right here. Let go! Boom! You're at the end of the road, baby, the end of the journey. Now all you have to do is get ready for that check ride. Your instructor have done all the due diligence and gotten you the game plan and got you to where you are right now. Believe in yourself, your abilities, and your training and everything that you've been through with your instructor, and you'll be just fine. Here are 5 secrets that can help you pass that check ride and be ready for anything that may be thrown at you on check ride day. Let's get into that thing. Let go! Boom! Secret numero uno for helping you pass your check ride. You want to be as organized as possible. And there's various ways that you can show that you are organized. Number 1, obviously having your logbook together, everything calculated out and organized there. But then secondarily, and most importantly, you want to have all of your documentation and anything that you may be using as resources, particularly in the oral portion, nice and organized, like your foreaim. Have that thing tabbed out and highlighted up. You should be using your foreaim for pretty much your entire aviation journey as you're working your way through to get your pilot's license. So it's a well-used kind of piece of resource in a book that you're going to use and highlight and tab out. If you haven't done that, I strongly encourage you to do so, because what good is it to have an open book kind of test if you don't know where to find things in the book? Then it becomes kind of useless. But if you have things very well organized and highlighted and tabbed out, now all of a sudden that book can be a great asset to you in your check ride. So you want to make sure you familiarize yourself with the foreaim and you have it tabbed out, highlighted out. And then secondarily, what you can do throughout your aviation journey, you can get yourself a nice sectional notebook, or you can even use maybe the Page app or whatever inside of your phone, or of course a laptop, and you want to write down notes, because we all struggle with certain areas. Maybe you were struggling or challenged with an area like weather or like airspace or like something else that was going on. But if you wrote down your special little notes and you have it sectioned off, let's just say you go the notebook route and you buy like a 5 section notebook, and you tab out each section. One section is for weather, one section is for airspace, another section is for maybe instruments and systems, etc., etc. And you write down your own personal notes and highlights of things that you may have struggled with throughout your journey. Now you have those things as a quick reference, and you know exactly where everything is, particularly if you ask questions around things in certain areas that you know may have been a challenge for you. Organization shows that you know how to stay ahead of the game, and that's what aviation is all about, particularly with being pilot in command, is staying ahead of the aircraft. So the more that you can show your DPE that you can stay ahead of things and be very well organized, you know where your sectional are, you know where your airport diagrams are, you know where everything is, you have everything perfectly tabbed out and good, you're going to be in a good place. Not only is it going to give you a boost of confidence to know that you know where everything is, with any question asked, you know how to quickly find it if it doesn't just pop into your mind automatically, but secondarily, you're ahead of the game. Hey, boom! Secret numero dos. Number 2, you want to strive for situational awareness, not perfection. When it comes to your flying, not only on the day of your check ride, but pretty much any day thereafter and any day even leading up to it, you never want to strive for perfection. No one is a perfect pilot. Even after you get your license, you won't be a perfect pilot. You're going to make mistakes. But one thing you do want to display, and one thing you do want to showcase, is that you have a strong sense of situational awareness. You understand the moment, you understand what is happening around you. You're staying ahead of the aircraft at all times. So try to always strive for that and have that strong sense of situational awareness, and don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself where everything that you have to do has to be perfect inside of the aircraft. Okay, if you do that, you'll be in a very good place, and you can be a lot more calm and a lot more relaxed with your flying. Just always be aware, always be alert, and always be ahead of the aircraft. Situational awareness over perfection if we can get you through your check ride. Lego. Boom! Secret numero 3 for helping you pass your check ride. This may seem insignificant and something that doesn't even matter, but it does. You want to write down all clearances. No matter how small or how insignificant it may seem, you always want to write it down. And this is a habit that you should be practicing throughout your entire pilot journey, but you definitely want to have that on display during your check ride. You never want to just start maneuvering or doing something without writing down all clearances that you're being given before. Things can get confused. It shows that you're staying ahead of the aircraft. It shows that you're confirming exactly where you need to be. Those are all good things about being pilot in command. So make sure you write everything down, even if it's very clear. And oh, look, they just told me I was clear on the runway. It's only one runway, and you still wrote it down because you just have that practice, that habit of writing it down. So next time when there's 4 or 5 different runways, you're always never going to be confused because you're always going to write it down. It's a good habit to practice. Practice it on every flight that you go on, every practice flight, every lesson, everything that you're doing. And then of course, make sure you have that on strong display on your day of your check ride. Lego. Hey, numero cuatro. You want to make sure you are concise with all of your answers. No rambling and no being exceedingly verbose with a lot of your answers, particularly when you're doing the oral portion of your check ride. You want to be concise, direct, and to the point. Think about when you're communicating on those comms, on radio comms. If you want to review about nice tips and tricks to get better at radio communication, there's a video on this channel. Link at the end of this video where them links be at. But you just like when you communicate on your radios, how you want to be direct and concise, short, and to the point, you want to do the same thing with your answers inside of your check ride. You don't want to go rambling on about a bunch of nothing when you just ask a simple question. Simple question, simple answer. That's kind of the methodology that you want to follow when going through the process. I know we all get nervous. Everyone does. It's part of human nature. But make sure you just try to keep everything concise, direct, and to the point, and it can serve you very well on the day of your check ride. Let's go! Numero 5 of the top 5 secrets for passing your check ride, and this is one of the most important ones. You want to treat your designated pilot examiner like they are a passenger. And this can psychologically be very challenging for some people because they're thinking that, oh, I'm with my designated pilot examiner, I should treat them as I would treat my instructor. No, you should treat your designated pilot examiner as if they are a passenger. You are the pilot in command. So with that being said, there's several ways that you can have this on display. For example, when you're getting inside the aircraft and you're doing your safety check before you even take off, before you even do things, show them just as you would a passenger where the seat belts are, where the air vents are, where the fire extinguisher is, where the exits are. What it shows is what you would do if they were an actual passenger. It kind of shows that you're staying ahead of the game, and this is the kind of behavior that you would have even after you already have your license. This is what you want to be doing. You don't ever want to just jump to conclusions and presume that they know everything. They more than likely do, but that's not the point of your actual check ride. The point of your check ride is to show that you are the pilot in command and you're treating them as a passenger. For example, they may at some point try to purposely distract you. And again, just like a passenger could inadvertently try to distract you. And it's your responsibility to remain as pilot in command and maybe put your hand up and say, hey, let me walk through this, let me think through this, be quiet for a second as I think through these kind of maneuvers. That shows that you have control of the situation. That shows situational awareness, which is one of the top secrets on passing your check ride. You always want to make sure you're showing that you're in command. So never be in default mode just because you're with your designated pilot examiner. Treat them as if they are a passenger, and they will be proud of you for doing that. Of course, and they will go along with you and allow you the ability to be pilot in command. So don't get nervous to the point where you're just defaulting to them for anything and everything as if they're an instructor, when they're just there to observe your flying on that day. Situational awareness, always remain as PIC. Hey, boom! So check it, you know the vibe. Hey, you've been rocking with me watching these videos. I greatly appreciate it, man. It's all good. Hey, if at any point throughout your aviation journey where you're getting ready to do your grounding, you get a little bit frustrated and maybe you just want a different perspective or you want somebody to explain stuff differently, just come back to this channel. Watch a video here or there. Hey, it's all good. Always keep your eyes and ears open to learn from a variety of different resources. Hey, if you have to take a pause on your aviation journey, that's all okay. Sometimes we got to pause things. Just never quit. Whatever you do, just never quit. Maybe you have to pause a little bit. Maybe you have to gather yourself, regroup a little bit, hey, and then get right back at it. But never quit, particularly if aviation is your dream. Always keep going. Whether you're studying for the ground, whether you're in the middle of your journey to get your pilot's license, whether you're doing any kind of advanced ratings, whatever your dreams, whatever your goals are, determine where they are and stick with them. You can always use this channel as a nice resource to come back for any kind of other, ratings or groundwork or, refreshers or biannual flight reviews or whatever you got going on. You can always use these. These videos going to always be up. I appreciate your viewership, appreciate your support, appreciate what you're doing out there, man. Hey, keep swinging and banging that thing. Love you one time. Boom! Post your favorite check ride tips in the comment section down below. Each one teach one as we help each other throughout this thing that we love called aviation. Hey, don't forget to like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and subscribe to this channel. I am Donovan Batiste, and this is the set leadership mindset forever. Hey, one time. Love you one time. Subscribe to the channel. Boom! Let it do what it do, baby!